people in the state will celebrate their Hispanic and Chicano heritage. Ballet Sol de Mi Tierra is performing right now over at Stanley Marketplace. The ballet is a non-profit children's dance group founded to celebrate Mexican heritage and reach new audiences. Cinco de Mayo cruisers and lowriders will find restricted traffic along Federal Boulevard. Police have shut down one lane in each direction tonight. Lane closures stretch from 6th Avenue down to Evans until 11 p.m. Originally a celebration of Mexico's defeat of the French way back in 1862, these days Cinco de Mayo holiday is mostly known for fun.
But the Chicano community is vital to Colorado. CBS4's Michael is elevating Latino voices, showing us the important role they played in shaping our state, the challenges still faced today.
You don't have to look far to find the fingerprints of Chicano, Hispanic, and Latino people all over Colorado. Like, for example, these skyscrapers were built with steel from the mill in Pueblo, which employed a lot of gente like my great-grandfather, Enrique Alemán. Or these train tracks which brought coal into Denver to heat Colorado homes. Some of it was mined down in Trinidad by my grandfather, Jose Jesus Avenca. But it wasn't just my familia that was here. There were lots of Hispano and Chicano families helping shape Colorado into what it is today.
There's a lot of assumptions that people make about the American West.
The story of Colorado began way before American cowboys.
People lived here before it became part of the United States. There is a rich culture here.
First, there were Native Americans. Then came the Hispano families that settled southern Colorado, the daughters and sons of Spanish and Native people. Eventually, they would be Mexicans, but not for long. 1848, at the end of the Mexican-American War, the two nations signed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo.
A land that once belonged to Mexico and prior to that Spain becomes part of the United States.
Families in southern Colorado paid a big price. They lost ownership of their lands.
We've had descendants of this story tell us, you know, one day we were landowners and the next day we were farm workers.
That had a ripple effect for many generations.
The inability to build wealth in the way you would if you were a landowner. And what you see is a migration up north to places like Denver where there are jobs.
You can see right here in our exhibit, we have signage that says we serve whites only, no Spanish or Mexicans.
This is the focus of two exhibits at History Colorado. Borderlands explores southern Colorado's Hispano roots, while Movimiento shows us what happened when Chicano activists fought back against generations of discrimination and oppression.
The Chicano movement comes out of a place of being othered and alienated and not treated equally.
In the 60s and 70s, the descendants of those vatos who became Americans by treaty fought for better education, better working conditions on farms and in factories, and to save their neighborhoods.
Fighting for rights of what's been denied to us, I think, is at the core of the Chicano movement.
These two exhibits are a permanent fixture at the museum. They show guests that building a society out of rugged wilderness requires everyone, now as it did back then.
There is not one Colorado history.
Now, if you want to learn more, you can always visit the exhibits here at History Colorado. Just remember, you have to buy your tickets in advance online. You bring a mask. In Denver, Michael Aveda, covering Colorado First.
Michael, thank you. A remarkable history lesson.
Yeah, I love that. I could just keep listening to it.
Very well done. Well,